Okay, trying this again. You know, I should have gotten my tea before I sat down, because now I have to get up and you'll see just how messy my apartment is. And you'll see my pajama bottoms, but actually they're probably see-through. I apologize. I need some tea. I have all of my gourds in the living room. Okay. I probably should have eaten something before this too, right? You know, eating is good, I guess, for sane people. And one of my hairs, my hair is on everything. Anyway. What's up, guys? Sorry about the false start with the other one. I have no idea what I'm doing. Absolutely no idea. Never done this live stream thing before. Turns out I'm really bad at it. Whatever. So, Ren Fair season is over for the year. I have a whole bunch of costumes right there in that trunk that needs to go back in the closet. But my sister is moving, so she gave me a bunch of canvases she's not using. So I'm still trying to figure out that situation right there. Basically, my life is a mess. How's yours? All right. So it's been about 5 days since I washed my hair, which isn't unusual for me, but I kept it up in a bun for 2 days, so it got real greasy. And does anyone else's hair do this? Like every time I go from winter to spring or from summer to fall, I get really dry scalp. Like it flakes all over the place. All over the place. I feel like I'm talking to myself, per the usual. All right. So I have my henna that I mixed last night. I think I mixed it around 11, probably 11. I boiled some chamomile tea and mixed half henna, half cassia. And just now I stirred it up because the separated dye was like sitting on the top. We'll see. Looks good. Smells like hay. You know, whatever. So I parted my hair down the back. And usually, I mean, when I first started doing this, I would separate my hair like into sections. I have a video on how to do that. I'd separate it into sections, and then that made it easier for me to make sure I wasn't missing any roots. And now I'm just lazy, so I do it this way. Just so y'all know. Anybody out there? Am I just talking into the ether? What do people usually talk about on live broadcasts on YouTube? Random stuff. No one's responding. I feel like I'm just talking to myself. So I have about 2 weeks of roots. You get close so you can see. 2 weeks of blonde roots right there. Which isn't horrible, but because I'm blonde, I have this cowlick like right back here. And I'll show you. It's horrible. And because my roots are blonde, when that cowlick sticks out, it looks like I've got a bald spot back there, which I can assure you I no longer do. Yay me. I'm just going around my whole hairline. It's pretty easy. And this is part of the reason I haven't done live broadcasts doing my hair. It's like when I lift my arm up, it looks real beefy. I don't even know if it's beefy, maybe just fat. Do these hair tutorials and they've got like their arms up here and they look all thin and cute. And I'm like, the more I work out, the bigger it gets, and it's just not feminine and dainty. What do I care? Anybody out there want to send a comment so I know you're watching? Anybody? Anybody? Ugh. Usually I listen to music while I'm doing this, but I don't know if it'll get this flagged or what the whole deal is with that. No idea. Did I mention I don't know what I'm doing? I mean, I know what I'm doing with my hair, just not with YouTube Live. Can you hear me clearly? Mueller? I got my mirror over here, by the way, in case you were wondering. You guys should comment something. Tell me what videos on my channel you watch, because I feel like I have these like 3 different areas of subscribers. Like some of you watch my henna stuff, some of you watch my friendship bracelet stuff, and some of you watch like my random DIYs and all that. And none of you watch my vlogs on my second channel. Yeah. I don't even watch my vlogs on my second channel. But if I get all this stuff done today, I was thinking about heading out to that high school to see a headstone because I mentioned it in a vlog. I was shooting a commercial at this high school near Dodger Stadium. And it turns out there used to be a cemetery where the football field was, where we were shooting. And one of my ancestors, or at least a brother of an ancestor, we still have to like check it out, was buried there. I mean, like not anymore. They obviously moved the bodies, but I thought that was interesting. This is weird. Will somebody please talk to me? I have no idea why I'm still talking. No one's responding. All right, so I've done my whole hairline. It's really attractive, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just gonna go, I did this whole part all the way down the back of my head. And what I do usually is, whichever hand I don't have the brush in, I'll grab the hair on that side and just hold it in place so that, here's what happens when you don't hold it in place. It kind of like pulls everything and then you end up with like rogue hairs that are just flopping all over the place and making a mess. Like I just did. And the dye released really well in this batch. That is one of the downsides to henna, is each crop is a little bit different. Whoa, it just got really dark. Each crop is a little bit different, so you never can be 100% sure what you're gonna get. It's always gonna be pretty close if you do the same ratio, but sometimes the dye release is faster with certain crops and certain batches. It's never really bad though, unless you don't give it enough time for the dye to release, which I find if I just mix it up before bed, by the time I get my lazy bum up, it's already good to go. Yeah. I honestly have no idea why I decided to broadcast this live. Just something different to do. Like, look at that beefy arm. It's not good, girl. Maybe someone in the real world on my phone will talk to me since none of you will talk to me. Oh, okay. Here we go. No, it's not gonna work. All right, so I've done that whole part. I chopped off quite a bit of my hair last month. I think she took off like 3 inches. Yep. It always makes me a little bit nervous. And then occasionally I'll have these dreams that I've cut off like all of my hair and then I wake up having a ton of anxiety. It's strange. I don't know what those dreams mean. Probably that you're like out of control of your life. Probably. All right, so move the part over about an inch. And I'll do it down the back of my head too. Same deal. I am really glad I switched to henna. I can't imagine how bad my hair would be at this point if I kept going with the regular hair dye. Oh man. That's what happens when you get sick. I mean, you can't really help what happens to your hair other than taking chemicals out of it and all that stuff. All right. So it's another stripe, and I'm going to move it over about another inch. Maybe more than that. The hair is quite a bit thinner on the right side of my head compared to my left. I don't know why that is, because I don't sleep on one specific side every night or anything like that. It's just always been that way. I really wish I could listen to some music right now. But no, YouTube hates art. I'm getting pretty deep in there. You can hear how hard I'm pressing with the brush, maybe. Try and get into all those roots. And when you're doing the back of your head like this, when you pull the hair back, you can kind of feel where it's connecting. And I just place the dye where I feel the pressure. And so far, I always ask hairstylists on set if I'm like missing any patches back there. And so far, I haven't had any incidents. They're always like really impressed by my hair color. And then I tell them it's henna and they're like, oh, good luck getting that out. Someone actually said that to me the other day on set. Good luck getting that out of your hair. I'm like, I don't plan to. Thanks. Thanks for your unsolicited, rude remark. Whatever. I'm happy being a redhead. I don't see myself ever going back to blonde. I think red suits me way more than blonde ever did, even though it was my natural color. Anybody out there? No? All 12 of you silently watching? You could comment just to let me know you're out there, you're watching. Or not, you know, that's cool too. Sometimes I have way too much hair. All right, move the part over another inch. About, I think that was less than an inch, but whatever. It's not rocket science. How is my internet connection? Like, is this lagging at all? Or does it look pretty clear to you guys? Can you even hear me? I don't know if anyone can actually hear me. Can you hear me? I guess. I'm like texting my friend because I'm all insecure about how none of you are talking to me. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Here we go. Can you hear me? Come in, come in. I don't know. Is it mirror? What? Why did I set it up that way? I shot myself in the foot with that one, didn't I? Okay. And you guys, I always get like orange stain under my fingernails when I do this. I don't know. I can use gloves, but I usually have my fingernails painted anyway. Because when I don't paint them, they peel back and they flake off and they break really easily. So I just always keep them painted with like a nude color. And I do a nude color instead of a clear coat because I get cold really easily. And then my fingernails turn blue or gray. And it looks really crazy on camera. So it's best to not have to like be filming around my corpse fingers. Corpse fingers. I'm disgusting. See, this actually really doesn't take that long. And people are always like, it looks like it takes such a long time. And when you think about it, I don't think it takes any longer for me to henna my own hair than it does for the wait time in a salon and then for the stylist to dye your hair. Plus, when you go to a salon, you have like drive time, which probably isn't that bad for the rest of America, but in LA, you don't want to be leaving the house, basically, because it's a terrible place. Don't ever move to LA, people. It's terrible. Here we go. All right. And once I get like pretty close behind my ear, I stop doing that part down the back because it just makes sense for me to just do horizontal parts until I get through all that hair. Not to knock anyone who like gets their hair done with regular chemical dye. It looks beautiful, but it's not for me. Definitely was not helping my hair grow back post tumor surgery and all that stuff. All that stuff. Anybody out there? Still not talking? All right. Strong silent types. It's fine. It's fine. So that's one side of my head done. Looks fabulous. And doesn't quite work. I try and flip it over to the other side. And this is always the trickiest part because you've got like the mud happening in here. You can brush out the rest of your hair at this point, but I don't like trying to clean henna out of my hairbrush. So I don't. I mean, my hairbrush is disgusting. Like, I use it once and there's a ton of hair in it. And once you brush your hair with dry shampoo, it like coats all the little bristles and it's just disgusting until you scrub it. And like scrubbing a hairbrush is so difficult. They need some kind of a machine that scrubs hairbrushes for you. Yeah. That's disgusting. And I just made a big mess all over my fingers. All over. You know what? After this, I'm going to do my nails because I have a premiere event tonight for a web series, I think. I don't know. My ref is taking me, so that will be fun. And if I'm meeting people, I figured I should touch up my roots and do my nails and all that traditionally feminine stuff. Man, I am making a huge mess today, like more than usual. Anybody out there? Are any of you ever going to comment? Are you commenting? Because if you are, I can't see it. I just see like an empty thing on the side with my lonely comment. So, if you're just arriving here, I've done the whole right side of my head so far. It was not very difficult. Here come the sirens. When you live in the ghetto, there are sirens all the time. All the time. And when you live in the ghetto, people don't get the hell out of the way. So then like a fire truck will come down the street, and not only do they have their sirens going, but they lay on the horn the entire length of the block. It's really fun. Super fun. Also in the ghetto, there are police helicopters all the time. I mean, like there are a lot of helicopters in LA. It's just a noisy place in general. But especially over here, and probably like once a week, we'll have police choppers just like buzzing the neighborhood for 2 hours straight looking for someone. Drives me crazy because it's always like right when you turn off the lights to go to sleep. At least for me it is. All right, there's another row done. What should I do on my next live stream? Should I do a friendship bracelet video? Would anyone watch it? Was gonna check my phone. Just getting henna everywhere. Okay. I always make sure to get the area around my cowlick really heavily saturated because that would not be the spot to miss. Everyone would see it and it would look like I have a blonde spot, a bald spot where my blonde hair is peeking through. And I press pretty hard when I do this, just to make sure I'm squishing it in there. I want to make sure it feels wet on my scalp. So then I know it's getting all the way to the root. I feel like my hair actually grows faster in this one area of my head because I have like really long roots right here. Is that a thing? I mean, every time I go to the hairstylist, they're like, your hair is really uneven. So I guess it does grow longer in that one section. Why are hairstylists so rude to me? Like when I first had my tumor surgery, every time I go to the salon, they'd be like, and they wouldn't even just like be talking casually. They'd be like, your hair's really dry, like really dry. And they'd be really rude about it. And I'd be like, I had a tumor, thanks. Thanks, want to see my scars? Yeah. Don't be rude. You don't know if someone's been sick. All right. And even now, if my hair is damaged, like, I rarely heat style it. Rarely. And I don't have any control over what the stylists on set do. So, like, I'll put heat protectant in my hair before I get to set. But my hair is, like, really at the mercy of the stylist. And they do not care. Like, they'll lecture you about how to take care of your hair. But then when it comes to, like, actually taking care of your hair, it's very rare that you'll find someone who's like considerate and will do heat protectant and won't just like rip that curling iron through your hair. Like, you know, when someone's like twisting the curling iron, you feel like your hair ripping. Drives me crazy. Or if you go from one look to another, like you're filming and it's supposed to be different days and they've had a bunch of hairspray in your hair, they'll just like rip a brush through it to brush it out to do a different look. They do not care. Do not care. I'm sure there are like nice ones out there, but they're few and far between. So really, I don't have a lot of control over how much damage my hair gets. Anyone out there? No? I see you, 12 viewers. Oh, that's nice. I was considering doing a Q&A video, but seeing how this is going, not so sure. Would anyone ask me any questions? I always tell people to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and it's like crickets chirping out there. Okay. So, here's the earth chilling. She's got henna all over everything. I don't usually make this much of a mess. It's just for you guys. I have a hair that's going up my nose. All right. That's what it looks like. Got a chunk hanging there. I'm gonna lean over closer to my mirror so I can see this one section. I hate when I miss that section. I always miss like my little sideburn wispies over here. Don't know why. And I'll do the other side. You want to see me do my eyebrows? Should I? Not like you care. Oh dang, yeah, so I like waited too long to wipe the henna off of this hand, and I've got orange splotches. It comes off of my skin pretty easily. And what's strange is that it hardly ever will stain my hairline. I don't know if other people are different. Like I've heard from a lot of people who end up with their skin stained from this, but I've never really had a significant issue with it. Don't know why. So I think that's all I'm gonna do on my roots. And this is usually what I do. Just up there, out of the way. And I always end up with like a bunch of these kind of crumbs stuck to me. Oh, look, more sirens. Welcome to the ghetto. See? Why can't people just get out of the way? That's the big truck. Okay. Seriously, should I do my eyebrows? I want to know. Tell me what you're thinking. Another email. I get like a million emails a day. Just in the time I've been sitting here, 17 new messages. It's really annoying. Yeah, there's henna dust everywhere. That's one thing you need to keep in mind when you henna your hair is like it dries along your hairline while you're doing it. And then you get little flakes everywhere. But once they're dry, they're not going to stain anything unless you get them wet again and then all that. So I always stay away from my bath mat and my shower curtain if I can, and then it's fine. I should have done my makeup, guys. Sorry. Being lazy. I think I'll do my eyebrows. I'm not going to go get a Q-tip because I forgot. I'm trying to use the camera. Maybe. Oh, I've got a little mirror here. I'll use this one. Anyone else out there have their hair this way? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. This is such a big brush to be doing this on my eyebrow. There's a clump. Is Doug on Netflix? I don't know if it's Doug. I think there were only like 2 seasons of Doug. There were only a couple of seasons of like a lot of those shows that we remember watching a ton of. And it's probably because they just did a million reruns. Right? Probably. This is going well. Sexy. Now, this batch like is really strong, so I could end up seriously staining my skin right here today for the first time ever, but I've never had an issue. We'll see. For some reason, it's like awkward to do this side. Okay, it's awkward. See a big clump right there. What did y'all do for Halloween? I stayed home. My husband was working. Carved pumpkins by myself. And then I gave out candy to one trick-or-treater. One. Just one. Whatever. Like, I made myself sick by eating too much candy. I had like 3 of those Jolly Rancher lollipops, a peanut butter cup, and like 3 peppermint patties. It was not a good look. It's a little bit Groucho Marx, you know. Fine. But I like doing henna on my eyebrows because they're so freaking blonde. You can't see them otherwise. Like if I don't pencil my eyebrows in, they are non-existent. But tip for redheads, like when I first went red, I used to pencil my eyebrows with like a pretty red pencil, like something that matched, that actually matched my hair. Big mistake, because like the old pictures of me like that do not look good. And then my friend Sarah Coy, who also has a YouTube channel, showed me how much better it looks when you just use a neutral color like taupe, basically. It looks so much better. Your eyebrows look defined without being like, hey, here are my bright red eyebrows. But for some reason, when I henna my eyebrows, it doesn't have that weird, awkward effect. This is bad. Under all my fingernails. But I couldn't find my gloves, so that's it. And I'll probably leave this on for an hour, 2 hours maybe. Basically, however long I can stand it. I've got a lot of cleaning to do today. Got to put away my Renaissance fair costumes in that trunk and put it away. Put away all the Harry Potter Blu-rays and all that stuff over there. I've got Halloween decorations on the floor, paper, art supplies, more art supplies. Kind of a mess. Yeah, I really want to do yoga, but if I do anything that makes me sweat while I have this on my head, it will start dripping and get all over the place, and it's not good. So, I don't know. I think that's about it. Anybody have any questions? Or are you going to keep being silent? Probably. Probably keep being silent. So that's what that looks like. See the back? Yeah. All right. My first YouTube live experience has been enlightening. And I think I will leave you. That's about it. Thanks for watching.